Hello. In this video, I will show you how to make corrections of your images uploaded by using the built-in image editor. Although it provides only basic functions, they're enough to handle the three most common issues users face. You can use the cropping, scaling, and flipping tasks to see how the image editor works. You need to understand the limitations of the image editor. It is not a mini Photoshop. You can't adjust colors, remove red eye, or add effects or text. These are all tasks you would need to perform before uploading an image to WordPress. Concerning the image editor functions, following is a full list of functions for the image editor: crop, rotate left or right in counterclockwise or clockwise, flip horizontally or vertically, undo or redo an operation, and scale. Scaling has its own button over on the right side, along with a box to adjust your cropping by dimensions. If you click the blue question marks beside each box's title, explanations display showing how the functions work. For cropping an image, the default setting for the thumbnail-sized images created by WordPress is a 150 x 150 pixel area, from the center of the original. In many cases, that works fine. But sometimes, what's at the center is not what you want visitors to see as the thumbnail. The crop function of the image editor enables you to choose the area of the original to use for the thumbnail. Here's how it works. Before doing anything else, check the thumbnail settings box on the right. You see a picture of the current thumbnail and apply changes to setting. This determines to which images you're cropping, or any other edits will be applied. Make sure it's set to thumbnail. If you don't, you'll end up cropping all sizes of the image, and that's rarely what you want. Now, you can start dragging your cursor anywhere in the image. This darkens the rest of the image and creates a box with an animated border, and drag points or handles. The default setting for WordPress thumbnails is a square, so drag one of the handles on the box until it's roughly a square. On the right in the image crop box, you can see aspect ratio. Set that ratio as 1:1, and WordPress automatically adjusts the box to make it square. Placing your cursor inside the selection area allows you to move it around the image. Now that the box is square, as you move it around the image, you can see exactly what area would display as a thumbnail. When you find a good spot, click the crop button, which is at the far left of the icons on top of your image. At that point you see the cropped version, and the save button becomes active. Before saving, it's a good idea to check again and make sure that this change is going to be applied only to thumbnails. When you're sure, click Save. Now, you should see the new version of the thumbnail in the thumbnail settings area. For scaling an image, you can see the Scale Image box at the right side of the image editor, that shows you the dimensions of the original, and then has a box for the width and the height, where you can enter a new value. You cannot enter different values for width and height, because you're scaling the existing relationship. When you enter a value in one box, the other adjusts proportionately. And that's it, you're ready to click Scale. Although it may seem that the scaling function is reducing the dimensions of the original image, WordPress is actually creating a new full-size image to be used in place of the original. As you can see, there's a restore button after completing the scaling, and it will bring back the original image. With the image editor, scaling is limited to the full-size version of an image. But suppose you want to change the dimensions of the medium-sized version of an image or the thumbnail version. Although you can't do that for individual image sizes, you can do it for all images on the site. Under Settings, then Media, you can find the options for the additional images that WordPress creates when you upload images. In the case of thumbnails, for instance, you might want smaller or larger square images throughout your site, or you might want a rectangular look. Adjusting the values for width and height determine the size and shape of the cropping. Also, you can flip an image either vertically or horizontally. A vertical flip is usually needed only when you've uploaded an image to WordPress, and not realized that it was upside down coming out of your camera. Just click the Flip Vertically button, and you see the change. Before you click Save, make sure the Apply Changes to is set to all image sizes, because you want them all to be right side up. In the case of horizontal flipping, the most common scenario is when an image would look better facing the other direction. For example, you may want the face of a person looking in the direction of your text, instead of away from it. It sounds like a little thing, but a visitor's eyes get drawn in a certain direction for many different reasons, and human gaze is a major one. Again, you simply click the Flip Horizontally icon, and the image will be changed. Make sure it applies to all images, and then click Save. Keep in mind that, flipping an image applies to all sizes of the image, unless you've limited it to the thumbnail. But usually, when you try to mirror an image, it's already in a post. Maybe you don't want all other versions of the image to be flipped horizontally. In that case, you need to make a flipped version of your image in another program, and upload that to WordPress for use in the particular post. I finished here the video. If you find it useful, subscribe for motivating us in creating more. Thanks and see you soon in the next videos.